Hi everyone, it's me, Corrie Sommers. Today we're going to go into the market report with the changes in the market and all of the news and uptick in inflation affecting mortgage rates. You really need to be as informed as possible when making the decision to sell your home or buy a new home. And this is something I've been doing to help all my past, present, and future clients. You don't want to miss this. I want to share with you some of the changes that's been happening throughout Los Angeles. Stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, just take a moment to click the subscribe button below and the bell for those updates, and I'll be right back. Hey everyone, it's me, Corrie Sommers, your local Los Angeles realtor. So today we're going to do our market update. Now this goes over last month's numbers to really help you see and understand where the market is. We're going to go over 5 basic points that I think are very important to help you get educated and understand what's going on to make the best decisions for your family. So the first is the total number of inventory throughout Los Angeles. The second is the number of homes that have gone into escrow. This speaks to demand. The third is the length of time it takes for those properties to go under agreements, as well as the amount of inventory this year versus this time last year. And again, I'm talking the last 30 days, and the number of price reductions. Price reductions really give us a great sign as to what's happening overall, right? I know some people are thinking, hey, prices are gonna drop and da-da-da. I just wanna reiterate that what's happening in today's market is not what happened before in the mortgage meltdown. Two very, very different markets. The amount of foreclosures that took place back then versus today, it's not even a fraction of that. It's like 0.0 something percent versus 19%. People have so much equity in their homes right now, foreclosures aren't happening at any great number. So let's dive right in. So the total number of homes that are for sale in the month of November is 48,973. Now, compared to the total number of homes that were available for sale in the month of October, that number started off at 50,642. So we've had a bit of a decline of the number of properties that have come on the market. That being said, we're going to break this down. I like to go over 6 different areas on both sides of Los Angeles, the LA Basin and the Valley, so that you get a good sense of what's going on. So first up, in Toluca Lake, 27 homes on the market. Moving over to Studio City, 110 homes on the market. Its neighbor, Sherman Oaks, 169 homes on the market. And Encino, its next neighbor, 177. So now when we come over to the west side, we're going to start with Santa Monica, which had 105 homes on the market. And as far as Brentwood goes, that was 89 homes, and then Beverly Hills was 110. Now, I want to encourage you to go watch last month's to get those numbers. We're not going to go over all of those in details, but if you're tracking what's going on and jot down these numbers, and then you go watch the video from the month prior, you'll really see what's happening. So let's go over the average days it takes to go into escrow, which speaks to the time frame homes are staying on the market. And granted, I'm definitely seeing, being out there holding open houses, having properties and listings, that things are moving a little slower. So in Toluca Lake, it's taken 13 days for homes to go into escrow. In Studio City, 33 days. Sherman Oaks, 26 days, and then moving over to Encino, it's been 37 days on average. Santa Monica, also 37 days. That's kind of interesting. Brentwood, 34 days, and Beverly Hills, 49. Beverly Hills has always moved a little slower, so no surprise there. Now we're going to shift over to what I like to call the demand, which is the number of properties currently under contract at the time of recording this video. So, and I track the numbers the first of every month. So this is basically since the 1st of November. So Toluca Lake had 4 homes in contract. Studio City had 23 homes in contract, or in escrow as we like to call it here. Sherman Oaks had 37, Encino 16. Moving over to Santa Monica, it was 15, Brentwood was 19, and then Beverly Hills was 22. So not a huge volume, but it is in relation to the amount of properties on the market. So we really want to go over these big numbers to really get an understanding of what's happening in the market. So we're going to go over the total number of property on the market today, and then the number of property that was on the market last year at the same time. So in Los Angeles, this last October, it was, beginning of November, which is covering where we're at right at this moment, 48,973. I mentioned that earlier. But at that same time of year last year, we were at 43,519. So notice that 43,519 versus a month ago when we were at over 50,000. So in general, we are higher volume than we were last year. So that is showing you a little bit of movement in the market, right? Because we still have very, very limited inventory, but it's nice to see that it's going up just a little bit, hopefully shifting us into a more balanced market because we've been in a highly unbalanced market. Now, when we talk about Toluca Lake, 27 homes on the market at this time, but the same time last year, it was 24. So again, slight uptick. Going over to Studio City, 110 homes on the market, and then the same time last year, 103. So again, very slight uptick. Same thing is true for Sherman Oaks, 169 homes, and then last year it was 143. When we go over to Encino, we're going to see a bigger jump. It was 177 now, but the same time last year it was 118. So that's a pretty significant amount of property that's come onto the market compared to the last year at this time. Santa Monica is actually reversed. So right now 105. This same time last year it was 108. Brentwood 89. This same time last year 117. So it's moving in the opposite direction. Beverly Hills right now 110, and the same time last year was 101. So that is also consistently moving upwards. So again, depending on which part of Los Angeles we're taking a look at, we're seeing different things happening throughout the city. So the last set of numbers we're going to go over is price reductions. And this is important to track because it gives us an indication of where things are at with the market as far as buyers, as far as if properties are overpriced or if buyer demand is driving it down. So one thing to keep in mind is, yes, no matter what agents do and how we analyze the data and recommend to a seller, this is what we should price your home for, it is most definitely an art, but sometimes sellers want what they want and they want to try the market, if you will. At the end of the day, your property is going to sell for what someone is willing to pay for it. Buyers literally dictate your sale price. So in Toluca Lake, there was a total of 6 price reductions. In Studio City, that number went up a bit to 12. Sherman Oaks was 24. Encino was 28. Santa Monica was 16. Moving over to Brentwood was 9, and then Beverly Hills was 11. Again, these are price reductions, okay? So we're not seeing a huge volume of price reductions, but we certainly are seeing some. And again, there's a number of reasons that could happen. Now, one of the things that is also interesting, I didn't get to shoot this video exactly when I wanted to. The Feds did a report on October that inflation is kind of leveling off, and as a result, lenders have dropped interest rates a bit, which is phenomenal. Not quite a point, but I think about three-fourths of a point, which is great. And of course, there's other products out there right now to help buyers. There's some buy down products, which I'll be doing a video on shortly. And there's also ARMs, which will, like, you can lock in 2 years, 3 years, and then you'll see your interest rate adjust. So there's different products out there to help you with your home buying goals. One thing I just really always want to share with my clients, and I say this a lot, in a market where interest rates are rising up, it's better to focus on your payment and work backwards and see what the price point is for your property that you're going to be purchasing than to focus on what the prices are. And I say that because at the end of the day, we all need a home to live in, right? You are much better off buying a home than paying rent. Rent will have annual increases every year, and some parts of the city are seeing increases of 10% a year. That's a lot. But when you lock in a mortgage, you're not going to see interest. You're not going to see a payment increase year over year. You're going to be locked in, which is really important. The other thing I like to tell people that are worried because they've rented and they're like, hey, but oh my gosh, if I don't pay my rent, I'm worried about buying a home and not being able to pay the mortgage. What if this happens? What if that happens? I want you to really process what I'm about to say. Here in California, it takes 6 months before the foreclosure process can start. So if you have missed your payments for at least 6 months, you have that 6 months before they start the foreclosure process. And it is a process here. It's not like the next day your property forecloses. They have to do a notice of default. They've got to file something with the courts. It takes a little bit of time. So the benefit of owning a property over renting is if something, heaven forbid, were to happen, you lost your job, you've had I don't know, a severe health challenge or some unexpected financial hardships, you've got time to catch up. And the biggest thing I always want to say is if you work with your lender when you're in times of hardships, they will try to work with you. No one wants to take back the property and have that on their books. So owning a property, home, condo is much better bet than renting. If you have any questions about the numbers we've just gone over today, please let me know. I'm always here to help you. If you own a property and you're wondering what your value might be, I can definitely talk with you about that. I also have a monthly wealth update to give you insight as to how much equity you're gaining and how much money you're growing with your home, because at the end of the day, it is an investment and it's part of your financial future. And if you are kind of thinking about selling, maybe you're getting a job transfer and you think, oh my gosh, I have to move really quick, but I want to make the most money. I've partnered with some investors to get you a cash offer and also the most money that you can net for your home. So those links are below, monthly wealth update, cash offers. And of course, if you just want to get on my calendar because you just want to kind of feel out some things or come with a game plan, I am always here and accessible for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon.